Oh, yeah. You are going to have to let me know in the comments below if you can hear me. Let's come in a shot. Oh, yes. We are running late quite fashionably. But how awesome is that desk? So, we have had quite a frantic week, and I can only hope that you lovely people can hear me because we were having some technical problems. And as always, live is always fun, should we say that? So, if you lovely people can let me know in the comments, can you hear me? Are we live? Are we ready? Have you got coffee? On, yes, great. So you are going to have to be my sound check. So this week I even went as far to say that I was going to use monitor and headphones, some nice tidy little earpiece over here. Oh yes, but do you think I could get any sound out of it? I had it earlier, I've done a dry run, but no comprende, my friend. So this evening is going to be pure carnage. It's awesome to see so many people in the chats already. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here on a Friday night. It's beautiful to see so many familiar names and yet again, just so much support for these lives. So appreciate the hell out of that. It is pretty awesome to see one name in that list because that person in particular is going to be mentioned a wee bit in the beginning of the show. So without further ado, let's see if we can get a little something up and running and give it a little bit of professionality. You know what's got to be done first. Hope you got coffee ready, guys. Because if you know me, you know, one, I drink coffee, and two, we can talk for days. So get your brew, get sat down, tune out from the big wide world, tune in to Grom TV. Let's get this goddamn show on the road, shall we? Let's see if this works.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in to Friday Night Live with the Grom.
So, I don't know how disastrous that was because I couldn't hear a goddamn thing. So, yes, the madness is truly real. We all know it. You know it. Is there the latency that we were suffering last week? Because I done a dry run earlier and watched it back and it seemed to be faring quite well. However, the massive difference between being pre-recorded and just checking all those beautiful things out, then going live, and then the madness being utterly real. So, do you want the list of things that have gone wrong? Like this week, me and Tech this week have not had a very good relationship. So, what with the joys of trying to get au fait with OBS, and I thought we had done very well, and we'd kind of got to a level where I was happy. Then, obviously, we went live last weekend, and there was a latency between the main camera that I use and the beautiful Rode mic, and it was just bizarre because I hadn't suffered it before. I've obviously got a new webcam on the side for the news segment, and maybe I just put too much on too soon and just didn't dial it in. But nevertheless, that's not where the fun and games stop. I don't want to spoil it for any of you lovely viewers that tune in and watch and catch up on the vlog on the weekends. But Grom has had a gnarly week. If we start with the highlight of the week was visiting Wittering, which is a tiny little, I'm going to claim it as to be like a surf town on the south coast of the UK. And it's been a place that I've been told many times to go and visit. A friend of mine, actually, their family owns like a static caravan in the area, and we have been discussing on numerous years now, probably 4 years ongoing, we've been discussing that we should go down there. It's an epic place. It's windsurfer, surfer, bodyboarder kind of vibes, and just a very chill place. I had the privilege of going down there this Sunday just gone, and it was absolutely amazing. On top of that, I got to meet a complete legend, and I am pretty much stoked to say that I do believe that that said person is in the comments tonight in the live chats. And man, the legend that is Van Life Wonder. So, dude, it was an absolute honor to meet you. If only we had more time. And I will just say this, next time, dude, I won't turn up in like an Arctic jacket and jeans. I will turn up in boardies with a surfboard, possibly a wetsuit in tow, because we know what the UK is like at the best of times. We are going to shred, dude. It was an honor to meet you, and your dogs are epic, and the time that we spent was just blade so quickly. So yeah, my Friday night salute, the first one goes to Van Life Wonder for being an absolute legend, more than welcoming, and just an all-round absolute, I'm so glad to know that person. So yeah, dude, stoked off that. The high was short-lived, guys and girls. So we had a monumental vibe going, yet it wasn't back down to earth too quickly when little things started to go a little bit Pete Tong. Pete Tong is probably the easier way, or maybe the more polite way of saying such thing. Carnage has been caused. And the carnage that was caused was over a mere mobile phone. Now, if you follow my vlog, if you follow the lives, you will notice that obviously I've detracted from many social media platforms, and I am trying to fundamentally focus on one platform alone, which is what you are viewing me on now, and that is YouTube. I wish going forwards to implement all of the amazing little things that I've done across different platforms into one platform. And I want to use my community posts to almost become my Instagram daily stories, if you were familiar with those. And I want to be able to produce my lives to just give you some of the behind the scenes and some of the hot topics and the little wicked things that we do. I.e. next time when I'm in West Wittering, there will be a live that goes out and just shows you the madness as it happens and when it happens, and just gives you a little bit extra stoke on side of the vlog. And there's a few other crazy little plans that are already sort of trickling into place, but they will take time to implement and actually polish out all of the rough edges, which again leads me back to polishing out all of the rough edges. Technology this week, it's been kind of mind-blowing for the fact of all of the little silly things that we now take for granted and we store within our mobile phone. So I don't want to give age away, or I don't want anybody watching to feel like, I know that so bad. But once upon a time, I used to know people's telephone numbers off by heart, and I didn't need to have all of this data stored in a phone. I knew the phone numbers, I knew where they lived, I knew where they'd be hanging around or where I could go and catch them. Now, obviously times have changed, and some of those people now that I have great relationships with don't happen to live in my vicinity, maybe not even in the same country, which, don't get me wrong, is an amazing thing for social media. However, the joy of plumbing all of that data into one single mobile phone is really apparent and quite shocking when you either lose it, it gets stolen, or you're a complete wally and you manage to just mangle its circuits boards in some, I don't know, mild brain lapse, shall we say. Obviously, there's a gentleman that works closely with me, Necrobeam, and he has the scoop on what actually happened and what killed the phone. And I will reveal that scoop to you at some point in the near future. I am not quite ready to disclose information because I believe they're watching us. But never mind, I've not got a full tin hat on yet. But let's just say there was one post put out that was jibing at a big dog, and instantly the phone died. And you may not believe that, and you may take it for just coincidence, or maybe it was just the fact that the phone was old. Myself and my colleague, I reckon, would be quite happy in saying, dude and dudettes, it was uncanny at how I put out one post going toe to toe, or just jibing fun at an owner of a very big platform. And all of a sudden my phone completely decided to go AWOL, switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on. And it just seems like its entire bootloader is dead. Now, Many people this week have said, why the stress? Why the drama? Why did you not just use a smart switch? Why did you not just connect the phone to a transfer cable and regain all of the contacts, the emails, and all of the just communication that is sort of unplugged in these devices these days? Now, unfortunately, yes, I'm with you, and these devices are awesome. However, when they're completely dead, and if you've ever seen the Monty Python sketch where he says this bird, this parrot is dead, my mobile phone is dead. So there is no smart switch, there is no transfer cable. So I've had to use all of my cunning, which isn't much, but just enough to stay in contact with as many people as I can. However, if you are watching this and you haven't heard from me this week on maybe WhatsApp or in a direct message in those good old text messages, that might just be a case that, dude, I don't have your number. I can't get hold of you. My number has not changed. So if you wish to get hold of me, ping me a message and then I can find out who you are and we can move on. So moving on, this week is going to be ever so slightly different in the fact that I'm not going to run what I have been doing in the weeks past with the news. We are going to have a new segment, but it's going to be a little bit different. So let's see if we can line it up, get it in, get rocking, and get rolling. Let's do the news. That was a god awful cut, and this is the news. As you will see, I have not donned my glasses. The camera's all over the shop. And it's a little bit streaky, but we'll go maybe just change it up a little. So this week, the news is not going to be funny. It's not going to be hype. We are going to have a small moment where this afternoon, as you would know, and as you can see, it is a Hawaiian Shirt Friday. And if you know me well, you will know that last week I could not wear a Hawaiian shirt at work, which sucked. But this week we were back to normal programming. Well, as normal programming can be, because this feels like this evening is a little bit rough around the edges. However, it's very sad times for the people of Hawaii. Maui in particular are suffering from really bad forest fires. So today, as much as the Aloha spirit was there, there was also a slight somber vibe about celebrating Aloha Friday. So I'm just going to take this moment to say to everybody on the Isle of Maui that our thoughts are with you. I hope that blessings, positive vibes, and most of all safety can be with you and your families. And I hope this current situation you face with the true Polynesian spirit, if I'm correct in saying that, and you just stay strong, and let's see better days soon. So that's not practiced. It's not for social media expertise to go, oh wow, this guy's jumping on the back of anything. This is just a pure from the heart. Guys, girls, and people of Hawaii, my thoughts are definitely with you. And I just hope all the best and all of the positivity that can shine upon you right now. So on with that, we are going to call that the news this evening. And next week, we will resume normal madness and we will go to funny stories and stupid things. Off the back of that, I did see a very crazy little story that was held in Japan. So we're going a little bit away, but it was supposedly that they are saying that one of the bears, or maybe even multiples of the bears within their zoo, are not actually bears, but they are men in bears' outfits. Sort of tying in with my teddy bear story of last week. And if you haven't seen that show, go and check it out, because all of the best people on here would say the more it gets views and comments, the more that horrible little thing we call the algorithm might pick it up and get it in front of the people that will make it blow up as much as we want this little thing that we're doing, this Friday Night Live, or as I like to abbreviate it, FNL, blow it up, and who knows where this beautiful little thing could go to. But on that, let's just call it a day, and we'll get back to the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in to Friday Night Live with the Grom.
And so, yeah, it was a bit of a random one with the news this week. I don't know about you guys and girls and how much you follow the news, because if you are anything like me, if I'm brutally honest, I do not tend to follow mainstream media. I sure as hell don't really tune in for hourly or nightly news, but it's kind of sad to know that there are a lot of things going on in the world today. And unfortunately, yes, as humans, we can do what we can to try and to stand up to it and do the best that we can to maybe make a little bit of difference. And I'm not saying that I am that person, and I sure as hell don't believe in myself enough to make a massive difference in the world. But we can always just show some love, some consideration, and some care for the other people that sort of, I don't know, make this world just as awesome as it is. Because I will not lie, yes, there's some wacky people in the world. I know I am one of them. But nevertheless, having so many different minds and wavelengths is what makes this wonderful little thing we call Earth pretty damn awesome, if you ask me. So the one thing that I always used to say in the vlog was find your fun in every day, as long as it's not harming anyone else. And I live by that one. It's kind of a vibe. So moving on with FNL. Maybe that is what we're going to stick with going forwards. I don't know. But it's Friday night. It's live. We're on YouTube. I'm going to deter from my mad little OBS studio, see what you lovely people are saying, because I will say this, I'm going to try to pay some attention to the chats. But if I don't read out all of the comments or all of the little bits, I apologize. And yeah, it's just pure goddamn madness in the life of the Grom. How about a new segment that I was thinking about, which was going to be Grom's World? Don't know if it will take off, but hey, who knows? Get crazy, man. It's Friday night. And this is going to be one thing that we're going to make a habit of doing. It's Friday night. Coffee's poured, man. Time to let the hair down, dude. It's only the goddamn weekend. How much have you been dreaming of this all week? It's finally here. Can we just get a moment in honor of the one, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mr. Cockney Buddha, that every week before the show fires up, messages me and says, hope you have an awesome show, brother. And just remember, breathe. Now, he tells me this in a kind of meditatory sense, or meditational sense, maybe is probably the correct term, to just relax and find myself before going live. However, I have to keep telling myself within the show to breathe, because if you know me, then you'll know one day I could quite possibly talk myself to death. Not quite sure on that. Anyway, in the comments, it's awesome to see everybody firing in there. And like I say, I will try to just get in there, pick out a few, but man, trying to keep an eye on the comments when you guys are just having such a little vibe in there is epic, and I'm loving it. So, dude, it's lovely to see Cockney Buddha in there. Van Life Wonder, absolutely appreciate the hell out of you taking the time out of your crazy life, along with everybody else's. Like, you're all just awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the show. The coffee guy himself. So I do believe, really, if you're here, Chris, it should be honorable, really, that you need to join the show just so you can be like the bartender or the coffee guy. Also, if you check out tonight's episode, somebody got in the comments and they left a comment that has given me such a cunning plan. I've got to give them full credit for it. So yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to leave that little, what do they call it? Easter egg. I'm going to leave that little Easter egg there for all you lovely viewers to go and check in on tonight's uploaded video and just go and see what this awesome person left as a suggestion in the comments. And the god, the coffee god, I do believe his name is now, i.e. the coffee guy, or the alias that is Mr. Chris, dude, don't you worry. I got you. That t-shirt's happening. That's all I'm saying. On the mention of t-shirts, that brings me around to our next subject of the evening, which is a little bit of an update on the madness, the craziness, the almost beautiful whack job thought that is Grom USA Tour. I know, I missed my cue because guess what? If I get this right, let me know if this actually worked. So yeah, and I'll say that again. The Grom USA Tour. You know you stoked. You know you're hyped. You know. Yeah? Did it work? Did it work? Were you hyped on that one? Yeah? I don't know if that was like the crowd cheer or if it was the crowd laughing. One of the two, but either or, it worked. And obviously, just to like hype it up a little bit more, you know how awesome this goddamn Grom Tour is going to be. 2024. Let's go. Dude. Excellent! You know it's going to be goddamn excellent. It is going to be an absolute ripper. So if you're not familiar with this, this is a complete crazy and kooky little idea that we had amongst friends that now has almost blossomed into its own existence. I think it's almost materialized, made new atoms. I believe science actually found some new like micro atoms or something crazy this week. And I think that is the Grom Tour. It's given birth to its own essence. It's going to be monumental. And everybody that has already voiced the fact that they want to take part, get involved. And obviously all of the amazing people that have put money into the GoFundMe, you are absolute legends. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. And let's just say, in this life, we can set ourselves absolutely monumental and almost unachievable dreams. The real madness comes when those dreams slowly materialize into something that could, well, not even could, is actually possible and feasible, and still so far out there that every day that gets a little bit closer, and you lovely guys and girls that are just giving me ideas and support and just incentivizing me into this level of like next year, like we're not even out of 2023 yet, but my focus is so on 2024 already because it's going to be off the absolute hook. So that was very British pronunciation. I should have said this is going to be absolutely off the hook, but dude, it's going to be crazy. So there has been a few people mention this week, how is merchandise going to be available? When is it going to be available? And is it going to be available worldwide? And all I would like to tell you now, ladies and gentlemen, is that I am working on it. I know I have crazy ideas, and 9 times out of 10, I will come up with other crazy ideas that then take place over the first crazy ideas, in which case they never get fully fired into action. And if I'm 100% honest with you, I've always struggled since ever starting the vlog to a point where I do not want to actually sell merchandise. I want to be the kook. I want to give things away for free. I want to supply your stoke to the utmost and make you believe and be free to believe that yes, there are things in life that come for free, ladies and gentlemen. However, at some point, to go big, to go absolutely upper echelon massive, unfortunately, this world revolves around that horrible little thing that we call money. And I don't like stressing, and I don't like fighting or striving to achieve too much in the world of money, because I just don't think really it's all it's cracked up to be. However, yes, it is the thing that makes this little world revolve. So all of that aside, yes, there is going to be merchandise coming available to the masses very shortly, and it will be available. And as I put up last week, I will see if we can get it because it's about here. And did it work? I'm not sure it did. Let's fire that one again. Boom. This will be the email address that is best to get hold of me And at this point, I need to apologize to Cockney Buddha as well, because he did actually send me an email for Shine a Light segment this week. However, Mr. Cockney Buddha, I apologize, because it will not be in the show this evening, because there was such a rush beforehand that I completely didn't get around to grabbing that email and doing a couple of nice little things that I wanted to do with it to make it, say, polished around the edges and actually give you the full effect of shining the light on somebody that deserves that limelight. So there's the email address. Guys, girls, just hold that, sit fire on it, and basically there are going to be t-shirts available. There is going to be drawstring bags available, to say the least. There is stickers being worked on at the minute, and I have a couple of cunning ideas, maybe even in the world of things like travel mugs. Maybe, just maybe, how cool would it be if we go completely mental and somehow, way, shape or form, maybe bring a coffee to the marketplace? I don't know. I feel like there's other big dogs in the world that have already ventured down that alleyway. So yeah, these are just crazy ideas at the minute. But on that, I would love to hear from you guys. What sort of merchandise would you love to see from the 30-year-old Grom in relation to just the 30-year-old Grom, to the YouTube channel, to the Madness is Real, or to the USA 2024 tour? And there are a few people within the team that already understand what I'm kind of talking about and where we're going with this. But for everybody that isn't like fully on the underground circuit of the Grom, we want to blow it up. We want to show some absolute mad kind of levels of promotion just to drive this on, so that the point is not just a little wayward dream from some kook that lives in Aylesbury, that we could actually bring this to the forefront of the globe and say, we done it. It was 2024. And if you were there, you just know. But never mind. It was epic. So there's some thoughts for you. And I'm definitely working in the background to just bring you some amazing little designs and some quirky stuff that you would be kind of proud enough to want to represent and just show off and be part of this crazy little idea. Because guys and girls, don't for one second think that even though the Grom is going to go off on a wayward tour, that he wouldn't vlog it for you. And I am going to do my darndest to be able to vlog every day, daily, while we do this crazy trip next year. So I don't want to drag on about it too much, but yes, it's going to be epic. Let me know whether it's in the live chat, whether it's in the comments of the video below, whether you want to take the time and email me individual ideas, or whether you just like getting onto the comments on the vlog. Let me know what you would love to see, what you think would be kind of an eye-opener for the world. And it would be awesome, because your ideas, if they get put into kind of production, then you've been a part of it too. And that is one thing that I would really wish and always try to strive for with this channel, that it's not just about me. Because in all fairness, guys and girls, I could sit and talk to this camera until the cows come home, but having the interaction and getting to know all of you and having you guys put things into this mad little thing that I call life just makes this whole little experience just mind-boggling. And it just brings so much more into such a little thing. So moving on, that's what they say on the TV shows, huh? Moving on, in our next session, tap a little card and then miraculously something awesome happens. Unfortunately, I don't have a producer. So I tell you what I do have though, is a big white board behind the camera, which is like very unprofessional, but it gets me rolling. So anyway, we've covered the news and it was a little bit of a rough edge. I wanted to go mad on the Shine a Light, but that was a little bit rough around the edges. So this evening's show, its sponsor is going to be the Grom. So this week's unofficial sponsor is me. Why? Because I myself am a little bit rough around the edge. And as you can see by the production that has been in front of you this evening, it's been madness. But yeah, it just goes to show, as long as you're having fun and enjoying what you do, it really doesn't matter. So that for me this week has been my unofficial sponsor. And that also ties me back to saying, if you wish to be an official sponsor of Friday Night Live with the Grom, again, hit me up. Get it in front of us. As you would have seen weeks past, there's been some sponsors, unofficially, officially. Don't tell them that. They might come and ask money from me. But hey man, shine a light on little companies, shine a light on individuals that are doing remarkable things in this life, and just stay stoked and keep pushing forward. So I'm not going to take too much more of your time this evening, guys and girls. I hope you've had a fantastic week. There is going to be tons more stuff that after I close this live down, I wish I'd said to you all. But as of now, I would like to say thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for taking the time out and tuning into these lives. And I appreciate you so very much that words don't even come close. Have a fantastic evening, afternoon, morning, wherever it is that you may reside in the world. And whether you're watching this live or if you are playing catch up on this, again, it don't matter. You're a part of this little mad journey. And thank you. Thank you for doing that. So pat yourselves on the back. Go break out some coffee. And whether it's starting the day or whether it's finishing it, just make sure that you stay focused, stay positive, stay awesome, and keep on keeping on. So until next week, have a fantastic week. Stay safe. Man, if you're going to go hard, go hard. If not, go home. Have an awesome week. And I will see you same time, same place, with a little bit of coffee, maybe a little bit more polished edges. But until then, have an awesome one. See you next week.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in to Friday Night Live with the Grom.